Hey guys, Ben Glenn here, building success brick by brick, coming to you with 30 more helpful tips. Volume 2, tip number 4, there's no such thing as a harmless lie. My daughters are big fans of VeggieTales. VeggieTales had an episode called The Fib from Outer Space. So the little asparagus kid, he's in the house and he's throwing the ball around and his dad warns him. His dad says, "You don't want to play ball in the house, you take that ball outside." Boy, he ignored the father, and in doing so, he broke a plate. Now this wasn't just any normal plate. It wasn't a paper plate. It was a trophy plate. So while the little asparagus is looking at the mess that he had made, a little character walks on screen. It wasn't a vegetable, but it was this Fib from outer space, and he was cute, and he was cuddly, and he was gushy, and he was really little. He was tiny. The little Fib says, "Hey, why don't you tell him something else? Tell him a lie." Now the little asparagus boy, he knows that lying is no good. His father had taught him that ever since he was little, and so he was struggling, but the little Fib, the little cute Fib from outer space said, "Hey, it's easy. Just give it a try." And so when the dad came home, the little asparagus boy told him a lie. And the next time he saw that little cute little Fib, it was bigger. And you see, every time he lies, this little Fib from outer space gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we learn something from this cute little VeggieTales. Even those little white lies can become huge. Huge, I tell you. Ginormous, freaky, Sasquatch size, things that'll rip your arm off, and before you know it, welcome to the dark side. I wish I could talk like James Earl Jones. When I find myself tempted to give into one of those little white lies, whether I'm in a fearful situation that I'm trying to avoid, or maybe I just don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, I really try to remember tip number 4. There is no such thing as a harmless lie. What I want to encourage you guys to remember is what I like to call the crummy cookie principle. I learned the crummy cookie principle back in high school. I was dating a girl who I really liked her, but I hated her cooking. So one time she gives me a plate of cookies. It was a very kind gesture. It was before a basketball game. And I ate one of those cookies. And I hate to say that I shared some of those cookies with my teammates. And we all agreed they were just gross. And then the moment came when she asked me later on, "Did you like the cookies?" And I told her, "Oh, they're wonderful. They're finger-licking good. They're good." She was so elated that I loved her cookies so much so that before every game for the whole entire season, she made me a plate of cookies. So here's how I learned the crummy cookie principle. I'd bring that plate of cookies to the locker room and I would put them in the wastebasket, and then I would proclaim to all of my teammates, "These are the grossest, nastiest, repugnant cookies. We should give them to the other team if we want to win." What'd you put in there? Paprika? And we would joke and we would have fun, but all that got back to my girlfriend. And she was hurt, and she was upset, and she was offended. What I learned from this experience back in high school is that, yeah, telling the truth would have been difficult, but it would have been a whole lot better. She wouldn't have spent all of this time preparing these cookies before every game, and she wouldn't have been hurt and offended the way that she was when she found out that I lied. So even though it's hard, I want to encourage you, tell the truth. Just find the best possible way to tell that truth. And stay away from those lies because they can get huge and they're scary. Hey, this is Ben Glenn, and as always, love, peace, and hair grease, reminding you to do one thing. Keep on building.